Hey, what up? What up? What up, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Real Mojo Point of View Truck Talk Edition. What's going on, y'all? Hey, how we doing out there? How we doing out there today? It's warm. It's hot. All that good stuff. So stay hydrated. Stay in the shade. And like I always say, do as least as possible. Do the bare minimum when it's hot like this. You know what I'm saying? Do the bare minimum. Don't nothing work right. Phones, if machines don't work right, how they figure our body is supposed to work right in this heat? You feel me? But what's up, y'all? Hey, don't forget, do me a favor, y'all. Do me a favor. When you pull up, like, share, subscribe, put a thumbs up in the chat. If you just chilling, watching, put a one in the chat if you at work. Also, also put the prayer hands in there for our people from New York, for our New York family. New York, New Jersey, they going through it right now with the floods. I was out there the whole week. I was out there the whole weekend, right? Didn't go to any boxing matches. Went to an unbelievable Keisha Cole show, right? Outside of the boxing matches and the concert, is the calmest I ever seen New York. I'm gonna say in the last 5 years. Is the realistically the me and the wife, we was in a hotel in Battery Park in the financial district, 24th floor. You know how hard it is to get them elevators on the 24th to get up to the 24th floor. It might take you sometime 10 minutes to get on the elevator. We was there a few years back. It took us 48 minutes to get on the elevator. We was on a 48th floor at that point. Nonetheless, with the workers and all of the people staying in the hotel, we was catching elevators all weekend. We was catching the elevator in under 2 minutes. Every time we hit it, every time we hit the button, the elevator came straight, straight down. So, and then there was no traffic. It was not even a lot of foot traffic. And we talking New York City, the financial district, Battery Park, all that. So that was odd in itself. But check me out. The calm before the storm. We left Monday. We left yesterday at around 1:30. Around 5 or 6, it was 2 or 3 feet of water in some places in New York, New Jersey. So we just missed that, and we parked the car in an underground garage, and we just Uber when we stay in the city, right? Had we been there a few more hours, because when we left, it was starting to rain. It was starting to rain pretty bad, pretty hard. Had we been there a few more hours, car would have been totaled. Because I know that garage was flooded. And you get a guy a little extra. He puts you right in the front for easy access, easy ins and outs. You know what I'm saying? So our truck was getting hit first when the water came down. Because I know the water came down because I see it. What up? What up? What you mean? Who's innocent? Innocent where? What's going on? Hopefully you hit the like, share, and subscribe. But what you mean, who's innocent? But yeah, man. So that was crazy to see that on the news just a couple hours later from leaving the city that everything's flooded like that. FDR, Plainfield, New Jersey, all that just flooded, bro. That was crazy. They need to go. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know, man. So you hit the. Oh, did you subscribe? Hit the subscribe button. I appreciate the interaction, though. So where I'm going with it is, just that quick, stuff could change just that quick. You know what I'm saying? Just a matter of time, stuff could change. Everything nice, sunny, in a matter of 2 hours, 3 feet of water. You see what's going on in Texas. You know what I'm saying? You see what's going on in Texas. But now we about to get to, that was just a little pre, a little pre-show talk. Now we're gonna get to the show. We're gonna get to the show real quick, man. Let's get to the show. I know we've been seeing for the last 8-9 months what's been going on at FS1. Shakeups, jumbling around, lawsuits, Skip Bayless out of there. Big time lawsuit involving Skip Bayless, Charlie, I forget the other guy's name, Charlie something, right? From the stylist, Nusheen Faraji. She's cool with Joy Taylor. She threw Joy Taylor in the lawsuit, all that. She said Skip offering $1 million to smash. All that is cool. I don't know that he offered it for mistress or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Have a side piece. I don't think he offered it to her for a one time. For a one time. You understand what I'm saying? What's going on? What's going on? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Drop a thumbs up in the comment if you're chilling. Drop a 1 if you at work. Y'all know how we get down. So, got you. Boom. So, Joy Taylor's out as of maybe Friday. Like I said, I was in New York partaking in all the beautiful events of the city. So today, this morning, rather, I see Emmanuel Acho. His show's canceled. He's out of there. He was a lame anyway. I don't really mess with him anyway. You got it. You welcome, Daisy XX. Yeah, I don't really mess with him anyway. Right? His show's out of there. Which serves him right because what? He was in the backstabbing process of Marcellus Wiley and Jason Whitlock. Because they was all together over there. So when they got Whitlock out of there, they brought uh, 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 what's his name? We just was talking to sit with Marcellus Wiley industry, Emmanuel Acho. Joy Taylor supposedly laid up with the big wigs, right? She supposedly laid up with the big to get her a show on. To get Marcellus Wiley off and get her on with Emmanuel Acho. And that's what happened. What I don't like is the biggest casualty in all this to me is Keyshawn Johnson. Because he had to sit through all this with Joy Taylor every day when she go on her long, drawn out shit about nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all opinion based. But what I'm saying is Joy Taylor ain't an analyst. She's a reporter. She's a journalist. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them people ain't analysts. They journalists sitting up there. You can't be an analyst if you ain't never played the sport. Keyshawn Johnson should have been leading the show because we talking a number one pick. We talking an absolute beast. First person said, never mind all that. Throw me the goddamn ball. He made it cool. He made it all right for receivers to say that, to feel that way out loud. Wrote a book called Throw Me the Damn Ball. But, you got people like, you got your Joy Taylors, and not really, because she's low on the totem pole, no matter what she did to get wherever she was. But you got dudes like Stephen A. Smith, um, that dudes like Keyshawn Johnson and them gotta sit there and key with and agree with. Stephen A. Smith making 20 a year and ain't never did nothing. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes been seeing that money, but they've been seeing that money for the product they was putting on the field. You dig what I'm saying? So it's kind of like poetic justice when you see them people like Joy Taylor and them get fired. Emmanuel Acho played, but he was a scrub. You know what I'm saying? Like to those guys, he was a scrub. You feel what I'm saying? He played like 3 or 4 years. He couldn't even hang, bro. He didn't even want it bad enough. He didn't even want it bad enough to stick with it. You dig what I'm saying? So Emmanuel Acho's out of there. But like I said, for him, Joy Taylor and all them. But to me, the worst part of that is Keyshawn's out of there too. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst part of it is Keyshawn's out of there too. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Yo, put a two in the chat if y'all videos working. It look like I'm frozen over here. Look like I'm frozen over here. But yeah, man. So that's what it is for the day. So I'm about to let go. I'm about to sign off of the tube. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Matter of fact, we're gonna kick it for a minute. We're gonna kick it for a minute. We're gonna kick it for a minute because we got some boxing to talk about. We got some bad boxing to talk about. The last couple weeks, Edgar Berlanga been on the Breakfast Club and all that morning talking about how soft Shiraz was. You see what happened. He fought Canelo and he fought real well, right? He fought Canelo, he fought real well. To me, best fight he ever fought. And we know what happened. We know the outcome. Did you not learn anything from that, bro? I mean, you didn't your skill hasn't didn't improve. It actually regressed. Your head movement looked atrocious. I mean, besides like the bobblehead when dudes hit it, but like, I mean, all the theatrics is cool, but you got to put in the work first. And Edgar Berlanga is not putting in the work first. You can't be kicking it with Fat Joe and them because Fat Joe and Remy Martin, they don't have to go in there and get punched in the face. They don't have to go in there and get knocked out. They don't have to go in there and get embarrassed. Because that's what happened. There's no way you're supposed to lose like that. Although that's what separates stars from superstars. We all just saw what separates stars from superstars. Because Serrano, between Amanda Serrano and Edgar Berlanga, right? This past weekend in New York, all that added up to was a one night Miguel Cotto back in the past. But the results was not the same because what you get is two fighters eating off a silver platter, right? Miguel Cotto had to go out there and get it. Miguel Cotto had to go out there and get it. And I ain't never see Fat Joe come out with Miguel Cotto. He might have before, but I ain't never seen it. I ain't never seen it. And that's what I mean by he had to get it and not off a silver platter. Because just because you are Puerto Rican and Fat Joe is Puerto Rican, that don't mean we rocking. Because if Fat Joe done earned his money, his fame and notoriety, Edgar Berlanga didn't. All them knockouts, that wasn't earning it. Because them dudes was on the goddamn subway. Probably got to the fight on the subway. So knocking them out didn't mean nothing. And as soon as you stepped up competition, you got sat on your back pocket. All them knockouts stopped as the competition got just a tiny bit better. How you got the Canelo fight, I don't know. And you showed up. And then this past weekend, That was embarrassing. And they was talking about Benavidez right after Canelo. Bro, the young man would never fight again. Because Benavidez hit a lot harder than this guy last weekend. And if we know one thing, he was gonna hit for longer. And you wouldn't have been walking out like that. You wouldn't have been walking out that smooth, that cool. It would have been some pain walking out of there. So, and they talking about Caleb Plant next. Like, how are we doing all this? Is he a big money draw? Is he a big money draw? Because I don't see it. To me, him and Jared Anderson got the same problem. No head movement. Same problem. No head movement. That's what I see from those two. From those two guys. No head movement. It was traffic. I'm moving now. Y'all see it? I'm moving now. Yeah, that's what I see from those two guys. No head movement, no defense to speak of. Just out there throwing punches, trying to get a big time finish, and that's why they're in the position they in. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're in the position they in. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate the follow. Don't forget, y'all, like, share, subscribe. Put a thumbs up in the chat if you're chilling. Put a one if you at work, and jump in the conversation or start a new topic. That's how we rocking today. Talk about it Tuesday, Truck Talk edition. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? I got the I don't know. We're chilled right there. But what's going on with y'all today, man? We're gonna get into some we could get into some but yeah, man. Like I said, outside of the storms, New York was real nice this weekend. Wasn't super humid. Like you could just move about the city. I think the congestion pricing had a little bit something to do with that. Yo, you know after the concert, right? I played the game with a cab driver, right? So dude's like, yeah, he's like, yo, the Uber prices to get from the Barclays back to the financial district to my hotel where me and the wife was staying. Dude was like, oh yeah, Uber is like charging $85 or whatever. He was like, I'll do it for 70. I said, I ain't paying 70 nothing for no cab or no to get me 4 miles. Understand it's New York City. Understand congested pricing and all that good shit. So we see another cab, and he's like, "Oh, where y'all going?" My wife was like, "Oh, he's talking to us." I said, "Where y'all going?" I said, "We going, oh, the financial district." So he said some price. I said, "Well, dude over there just charged $55. Just quoted me $55, even though dude quoted me $85." He was like, "I do the same." I said, nah, you do a little bit less. So he was like, I'll do 50. I said, there you go. Cause I know it was it was crazy. It was crazy out there. It was crazy out there, man. And that's just what it is. But it was crazy out there. But it was an enjoyable weekend, man. What's up with y'all? Who's in the building? Who's in the building? What y'all got going on? How was y'all weekend? This should be keeping my that ice. Boy, that ice don't be melting. But yeah, man. So that's that. So YouTube, we gonna sign off. Don't forget, like, share,